Hey guys, it's time for another late night Spider-Man video. Yay! It's currently like 9:40. My phone's at like 40% because I just charged it a little bit so I could record this video. Cause I need to do literally anything to get my mind off the vents of the day. For those unaffiliated, which is going to be like all of you, my day has been chaotic. I started this morning out with my ACT, which actually went pretty well. I had a friend in my class, so shout out to her. She actually made it bearable. She gave me some of her cashews during break. Like, we're actually pretty decent friends. Hold on, my bed is like... So yeah, I've been up since like 5:50, and so then I got home and I texted Gwen for like 4 hours straight. It was amazing. Then I went to the gala for my school, where I played cello in the hallway. It's pretty chill. Played for like 30-ish minutes. It's pretty good. Recorded some songs that we played and sent those to Gwen because she was curious and wanted to hear some of those. When I got out, I found a really cool bracelet, really pretty bracelet. And I was like, oh, it's blue. That's Gwen's favorite color. Oh, she'll love this. So I was like, I texted my friend. I made a short about it. Like, what's the ethicality of this? Cause like, it was just on my car door handle. I don't know the ethicality of that. Anyways, when she finally responded to me, because her phone died, I was like, hey, are you a jewelry person? She's like, yes. I'm like, okay, because I found something that I think you might like. She's like, oh. I was like, I sent her a picture of it. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'm back. It's got a bunch of different shades of blue. It is super pretty. Like, actually. I was like, oh, she'll love this. So I sent her a picture of it, and she's like, oh, that's really pretty, and you're so sweet, but I can't accept this. I'm like, may I ask why? I'd like to at least know a reason why. She said, her I don't have her exact response pulled up because I'm recording this on my phone, but she was like, jewelry isn't like a gift that like friends just give to friends, and like that's what we are. We're just friends, and while you're really sweet, this is just I can't accept this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. You know, it's just it's a bit much for now, you know. So I'm just a bit down. Um anyways, yeah. So I need to do something to get my mind off of this. And I've been stuck in a horrible state of mind for the past like 2 hours, and I've been waiting for my mom to go to bed so I can actually record this video. Okay, so earlier this week, Thursday, I actually started working on an idea that I've been like rattling around in my brain for a while now. I'm just gonna turn on my TV because it's gonna reduce the glare on my glasses. So I've been toying with the idea of making a Spider-Man musical. And yes, I know that one already exists. Shout out to Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Not the best piece of Spider-Man media. Not even like that good of a musical. But it's a fun watch. If you can find, I found a version of it on YouTube. I found a recording of it on YouTube. Very poor quality, but good enough. It was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed it. Some really good music in there. Boy Falls from the Sky, Rise Above 1, which isn't in the actual musical, and it ticks me off because they used Rise Above 2 in the musical, and it's so much worse. Bouncing Off the Walls, If the World Should End is a personal favorite. I love that song. Anyways, I was like, what if I wrote my own Spider-Man musical? You know, that one was kind of inspired by the Raimi verse, and because that's like what the Spider-Man media was at the time, back in the 2000s. And I was like, what if I make my own Spider-Man musical? You know, I mean, it's got to be like a lot more of a condensed plot than my film props, which I need to get back into working on. But okay, let's just get into this. Do note beforehand, song title is a work in progress. No lyrics have been written as of yet, and this is draft 1 of the plot, so open to criticism. Okay. Act 1. Act 1. We start on Midtown High, where the students introduce the audience to the school, Midtown High, School of Science, and just their daily lives. This is a song. It's called Midtown High. Sung by the students, right? So so that's just kind of like, welcome to Midtown or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I only have like ideas for some of how some of the songs will go. So bell rings and we see Peter take a seat in class. Flash Thompson comes up and starts bullying Peter like to do his homework. Like, yo, Parker, I need my homework done by 3 p.m. or else. So Peter begrudgingly agrees, and he's like, please just don't stuff me in the locker again. I have a specific note to mention locker stuffing. And then he hangs his head low, just like, how did we get here? So it's at this point that like Gwen Stacy walks up to him, and she saw the sorry. I'm super stinking tired. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have church in the morning. But she sees the interaction and she decides to inspire Peter. Working title for the song is "Don't Listen to Them." So I was just like, "Don't listen to them. Their opinions are stupid," or something. I don't know. My singing is horrible, especially when I'm just riffing. So class continues with physics, yay, where they learn about recoil and Newton's second law. This will be important for later. Keep in mind, My original thought for this, I'll explain at the end, was a lot different. And a lot worse. Teacher reminds students to get their permission slip signed for a field trip the next day. Because, of course, we gotta have a field trip to Oscorp, man. So, on the walk home, Peter begins telling the story of his parents and just his overall depressing life and how he lives with his aunt and uncle, which is a song called You're My Family Now. It's actually a really sweet, like, ballad piece. Like, it's like, my parents died in a plane crash. They left me alone with you. You raised me when nobody else would. And for that, I greatly thank you. I don't know. Point is, May and Ben are Peter's parents now. And yes, I know they were family before, aunt and uncle, I know. It's just, it works better for the title. You're my family now versus you're my parents now. It's like, what? So, like, after the bridge, May and Ben will join in, and Ben gives, with great power comes great responsibility. Because we always need that. So, next day, they go to Oscorp to see, quote from my I'm stammering so hard. My writing, to see science in action, end quote. So Norman Osborn shows up and he's like, what's up? I'm the founder of Oscorp. This is my wife, Emily Osborn. Because, yes, we're actually adapting Emily. So many things just forget to adapt Emily. Like, she was an important part in Marvel Spider-Man 2. She was in Turn Off the Dark as, like, an important character in Act 1 until she died. Spoilers. Sorry. Should have specified that. So the two Osborns, along with some Oscorp scientists, talk about Oscorp's research with genetic modification and just their general advances in the field of science, which is a song called Science Extreme. So much better than Turn Off the Dark's DIY World. Like, bro, what in the world? So at the end of the song, Peter gets bitten by the spider, and then he, like, stumbles out of there and passes out on his bed. He wakes up the next morning and sees all the changes going on with his body. The ability to spin webs, the ability to climb on walls, the super strength, not needing the glasses anymore. This is a song, What's Going On With Me? Not as good as Bouncing Off the Walls. That song is just too good. But, like, what's going on with me? What's going on with me? All this crazy stuff is going on, and all I gotta say is what's up with me? I don't know. So Peter experiments with, and during this song, we see Peter experimenting with webbing, climbing, and some combat before taking on the wrestling tournament and becoming the Spider-Man. Yes, the Spider-Man. This is a very important distinction between the Spider-Man and Spider-Man. So, song lasts from that morning to the end of wrestling, which could be anywhere from, depending on the canon, how that works out, like a couple days, like a couple hours to a couple weeks. I don't know. I was gonna say I'm not writing the canon. I am writing the canon for this. So after Peter gets skimped for his money, he exits the arena and he hears a gunshot. He rushes over to see Uncle Ben, and Ben's dying, as is per usual. You hate to see it. Peter laments Ben's death. This is a song with great power. ... The ... is important. This is one where I've actually thought about how it goes. With great power comes responsibility. That's what you told me, my Uncle Ben. I don't know where it goes from there, but that's what I've got. And from there, he decides to become a hero, Spider-Man, and he wants to live by that rule. With great power comes great responsibility, and protect the innocent. So the song lasts from Ben's death to becoming Spider-Man. So it starts out down, and he's like what I just sang, and it ends with I'll become the hero. I'll be the hero that the city needs. I won't stop until I don't know. I'll honor you, my Uncle Ben. I don't know. That was the one line that I had. So from here, we cut back to Oscorp, and Norman. Sorry. Norman is getting rushed by the military to get their work done with genetics and cross species and human power amplification and whatnot. I don't know. It's too late for me to figure this out. So Norman decides to just start testing on himself, much to Emily's disapproval. And this is a song called Testing Time. Testing time. So the lights begin changing rapidly as the scene transitions, as during testing time, because it's flashing lights. Wow. So while Norman's doing that, Peter dons the mask and swings through the city stopping crime. This is a song. I actually stole the title from Turn Off the Dark. It's Spider-Man, ! And it's just about talking about his good deeds in the city. Stopping crime, helping an old lady cross the street. It's typical Spider-Man stuff. Shortly after that, back at Midtown, Peter asks Gwen out. She says yes. Aww, if only I could get that to happen. That got really depressing. I am sorry. Wow. I should not be making content. The two go on a date by the Williamsburg Bridge. This is an important location. Readers of the comics will know this. And this is a song, and it's called Falling. It's actually the title of the musical, Spider-Man Falling. Because my friend said, Spider-Man the Musical, that's a stupid title. I said, fine, this is the title piece of the musical, as you'll see later. And my thought process for this one's kind of upbeat. I'm falling in love with you, or something like that. Point is, falling in love, yay. And then so the first part, the first two verses, is Peter and Gwen, right? And then you hit the bridge, and then you hit final chorus, and you mix in Emily and Norman. Why mix in those two? Because, well, Norman's testing on himself. Norman becomes Goblin. He falls and becomes evil. Falls away from good and becomes evil. Boom. Storytelling point. And Emily falls away from life into death. Yeah, super dark, I know. But Turn Off the Dark does literally the exact same thing. Did I copy the entire first act? Did I? Oh my goodness, I think I did. I, I basically just copy pasted. That's funny. So Act 1 ends with Emily dying and Norman screaming, "No!" Important note here, much like Vader in Star Wars 3. It appears in your anger you killed her. No! Then we have a break. Yay. 15-minute intermission or something. Go take a whiz, mingle around the store, you know, make out with your girlfriend. I don't know what people do during intermission. I've been to like play on your phone. I don't care. I'm not actually going to do a 15-minute intermission here. We're only 20 minutes into the video. And yes, I know. I can see how long the recording is on my phone. What time even is it? It's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna die tomorrow. So, Act 2. Goblin opens us with an evil version of Spider-Man sung by himself and Jameson. Yes, I need J. Jonah Jameson. We need Jameson. Doesn't have to be played by J.K. Simmons, but he needs to be there. He's an important character. He's in Turn Off the Dark. I feel like Jameson should have gotten his own song, but he didn't. Here he at least gets to duet with Gabi, and then that puts Spider-Man as the bad guy, claims him as Oscorp property. Literally, also what happened in Turn Off the Dark. Man, I'm just a plagiarizing thief. Oh my goodness. So Peter tries to stick up for Spider-Man in the song, but he's drowned out. So Peter says he needs to chill. He's like, I just need a break from all the Spider-Man drama. I'm gonna go out on a date with Gwen. So they have a really cute song, What I Love About You. Every time I think of this song, I think of the song from Phineas and Ferb. What I like about you is... I don't know how the rest of the song goes off the top of my head. But if anyone knows that song, please let me know in the comments. But this is like a really cute song in my head. This would take the place of like If the World Should End, right? If we're talking Turn Off the Dark. And this is a cute little duet. My energy drink is wearing off. I had an energy drink this morning. It was good. Lonnie Cosmic Stardust, $3, quick star. So that night, Peter's swinging around the city, you know, being Spider-Man. Goblin shows up, and he wants Spidey to come with him, and it's like, "Your Oscorp property, Spider-Man. You're coming with me." And that results in Spider-Man is just like, bro, the fudge. So that starts a chase around the city, you know, gonna get you is the song, gonna get you, technically. I'm gonna get you, gonna get you, gonna get you. No, you can't, no, you can't. I'm too fast, I'm too fast. That is not at all what I think it's gonna be like. So after that, you know, Goblin learns Peter's identity. He's just like, "See you soon, Parker. See you soon, Peter Parker." And he's like, oh no. So Peter jumps into ultimate defense mode, which when with Peter Parker, if you know anything about him, that means cut off from his loved ones and just like cut off all of his loved ones to keep him safe. So he goes to break up with Gwen, and they're like, she's like, why are you breaking up with me? Why? And she's like sad. This is currently an untitled song. So, ideas in the comments, please. If we're talking Turn Off the Dark still, this takes the place of... Oh crap, what's the name of the song? Say it now. No, it's I Just Can't Walk Away. It's one of the two. I know they're both part of the title. I know one's in parentheses. On to page 2 of my outline. Yay. So after the song ends, Peter leaves, and Gwen reveals to the audience that she knew his secret all along, and that she wanted to be with him regardless. She doesn't care that he's Spider-Man or that she's in danger. She just wants to be with him, and that's so cute. Like, I'm channeling all of my TASM energy into this. My Chromebook is glitching. That's concerning. But that's a song called I Know. It's like, I know who you are. I know what you don't tell me. I don't know. So Peter downs the suit. He swings away. He lands on a rooftop and feels guilty about how he just kind of dropped Gwen. Like, she was not quite day old street trash, but like, he's sad that he had to break up with her. And yes, I am fiddling with the bracelet under the blanket. I need something to do with my hands. So he reasons it had to be done for her safety, and this is a song, I Had to Leave. Really sad, but also like really cute, because he wants to protect her. This kind of takes the place of like Boy Falls from the Sky. So after Peter finishes, Goblin shows up again and is like, hello, Parker. And they chase each other through the city. And this is a song. It ends now. This ends now, one way or the other. This ends now, one goes down. I don't know. So at the fight, like the song ends. They're chased through the city at the Williamsburg Bridge. After Goblin flies down, so they fly, they go over there. They chase each other to the bridge. Goblin grabs Gwen, who's just like chilling on the bridge, cause I hold on. I'm just gonna quote my outline. Hold on. Quote. During their fight, Goblin flies down and grabs a nearby Gwen, who is taking a walk to try to calm down. Then this next line is actually kind of nice. Peter sees Gwen in Goblin's hand and surrenders the mask. He gives up. He's like, I concede. You don't mess with the man's heart. Goblin then drops Gwen, because he's a sadist. And time slows as she's falling. And we kind of jump into Peter's mind, see what he's going to do next. This is like a Gwen solo, I think. Hold on. Did I write this as a Gwen solo? I did write it as a Gwen solo. But like, Gwen starts singing a reprise of Falling. This one more sad, melodramatic. Like, I'm falling. Or however the song ends up going, right? So that's a reprise of Falling. He recalls class, physics, right? Newton's second law. Objects in motion stay in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. And then when they are acted upon, they have a recoil, right? Doesn't just stop, it's gotta come back. So, noting this, he doesn't directly web her, he pulls himself toward her and catches her, and then they land on the ground and they share a kiss. Aww, it's so cute. I know there are some of you who are gonna watch this and be like, die, kill her now. To which I say, if I wanted to be comic accurate, I would have killed her. But I'm a huge Peter Gwen fan. I call my crush Gwen, not to her face, obviously, because, well, why would I call her Gwen when she knows that she's Gwen and I prefer to say her real name anyways? I barely even say her name over text. I do say it though, every time I say good morning. Okay, anyways, so, yay, they kiss. So Peter's now filled with anger and rage because he's like, you tried to kill my girlfriend, the love of my life. And he just launches himself at Goblin in a full-on rage-filled version of This Ends Now. He just stops pulling his punches, and just when he's about to deal final blow, Goblin's sitting there cackling at him like, do it. Peter, he stops short and he's like, the ghost of Uncle Ben shows up, and they do a reprise of With Great Power, and Peter doesn't kill him. He lets the police come and take Goblin away. Justice for Gotham. Except this isn't Gotham, this is New York City. I've always had this kind of idea in my head where, like, Ben just kind of, like, manifests himself in Peter's mind, and it's like, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. Even though he wronged you, you can't kill the man. And he's like, I know, Uncle Ben. What in the world? Hold on, I did something. Sorry. My toy for Gwen is becoming my toy. My pretty toy for Gwen is becoming my toy. Anyways, they take Goblin away. So Peter goes back to Gwen. They discuss the events of that. They're like, wow, that was crazy. So Peter feels guilty because he's like, you almost died, and I almost killed a man, and I almost died, and Gwen's just like encouraging him. She's like, come on, man, you did it. Hey, you didn't kill him. I didn't die. You aren't dead. Everything's okay. I'm doing a double thumbs up right now. And he's like, yay. So music swells as Peter takes her up in his arms, and they swing away. They duet Falling again. This time like the original non-depressing version. While the rest of New York sings Spider-Man. So it's like you've got the two lovebirds singing their romance song, and the entire city being like, whoa, it's Spider-Man. And the lights cut once Peter and Gwen kiss for the final time. And it's like, aww. Okay, I did say I would talk about, so I'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, this is basically a copy paste of turn off the dark, except replace MJ with Gwen and give it a better plot. Correction, give it a plot. And give one villain with an actual origin story. Bro, Turn Off the Dark made a full Sinister Six. And you know what that Sinister Six consisted of? Some of the most random hodgepodge villains you will ever hear. That was actually the first time I had ever heard of Swarm as a Spider-Man villain. I was like, who the fart is that? Why is there a B-Man? I thought he was made specifically for the musical. He wasn't. Nah, Swiss Miss, on the other hand, what? Basically just a Swiss Army knife, tin can, Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, named after a friggin' hot chocolate. Like, what? I cackled so hard reading the Wikipedia article. I was like, who thought of this name? And then you just, like, you've got, like, your standard Spider-Man villains in there, like Swarm and Goblin, and I don't remember. There was another one who was, like, pretty simple. I don't remember if it was, like, Spot or who it was. It might have been Spot. I don't remember. But they had Carnage. Carnage. No Venom. Just Carnage. And it's like, okay, that's even dumber than Venom Let There Be Carnage. I don't know. Okay. So, my original plot for this, because I said I would talk about that. I had thought about it in the shower Thursday morning. And I was like, this is a possibility. But I don't particularly like it. My original idea was basically this exact idea, except during falling, Peter would dive after Gwen, and then Madam Web would show up and be like, yo, Peter, let me show you what happens. There are two ways this can go. Let me show you how each of them turn out. And then she shows like two different, and then she basically just shows basically Andrew's two different scenes. The one where he fails to catch Gwen, sad face. And the one where he successfully saves Zendaya's MJ. Meh face. It's a nice redemption. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I just hate Zendaya's MJ with a passion. And then Peter would be like, okay, clearly we gotta save Gwen. Yeah, that was my alternative. Be glad I changed it to physics class. So yeah, that's my concept for a Spider-Man musical. Spider-Man falling in love, falling from the Williamsburg Bridge, falling into evil. I don't know. No. Oh, so update on this, because I don't think I mentioned it earlier. I don't know. It's been 40 minutes. I've been rambling about Spider-Man for so long. I don't really remember anymore. I don't know if she watches my videos. That'd probably be a good question to ask her before this gets out of hand. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't tell her though, okay? I'm watching y'all. Don't tell her. Birthday. Right? Now, look. She said jewelry between, like, friends is, like, between friends is, like, weird. And it's like, bro, what? My thought process is, it's your birthday. You're turning 18. Have something pretty. There we go. I am actually going to model this really quick. Hold on. Just so y'all can see. Because, like, just having it kind of like this is like, what? I actually detailed how I found this in a YouTube short. So go watch that short because it's actually kind of funny how I found this. Like, it was just the most random thing. And I'm still confused, and I will forever be confused by it. Oh my goodness, grab the thing, Jacob. You normally put a bracelet on with this hand, and it has the exact same kind of clasp. Come on. And you're running into the same problems that you have with that bracelet. Except this is harder because it stays stuck at a 90-degree angle. This one at least folds to a 180. Like, this is the exact same kind of clasp. It folds to a 180, and it's so nice because then I can just slip that in. Oh, so nice. This one stays stuck in a 90. Alright, I'm gonna use my incredibly dainty wrists. Because, yeah, my wrists are tiny. Like, actually. Alright, pretend that I'm a female. Look at this bracelet that my guy best friend gave me. Isn't it pretty? It's like it's my favorite color, and it's so pretty and cute. And he gave it to me for my birthday. I don't know why I did the voice. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Yeah, this isn't something I would wear personally because I'm a guy. It's not exactly my style. I prefer my black stainless steel and plastic and whatever the heck this is, and dinosaur. I'm just gonna turn off my Chromebook almost, bro. Like, this isn't my style, but I can see her wearing it. So, yeah, I guess I just get to deal with more of my least favorite thing on earth. Patience! I absolutely despise patience. It is the worst. Especially when you really want something. But as I've told myself repeatedly over the course of the last few months, she's worth it. Okay. I gotta go to bed. Peace.